baseball here on a Friday night in the Bronx as the Yankees welcome the Toronto Blue Jays for the first of a three-game series. Hey everyone, I'm Meredith Morakovitz. The Yankees made a roster move prior to tonight's game, placing Ryan McMahon on the IL with a sprained left thumb. They recalled Max Schumann from AAA. And speaking to McMahon in the clubhouse, he told me it was a grade 2 sprain. He's optimistic that he's not going to miss a lot of time. Earlier, Aaron Boone explained why he felt placing McMahon on the IL was the best move.
Just felt like it probably would have been a couple more days at least, and then maybe a little bit compromised. So kind of don't want to create anything, habit-wise that's bad. So just felt like probably the right thing to do here, but I would expect it to be the minimum. Mix and match a little bit. We've got Max Schumann coming up today. He kind of covers us everywhere too, so we'll kind of figure it out day by day.
So with no McMahon in the lineup, it's going to be Ahmed Rosario in there at third tonight. Jose Caballero will be your second baseman. Max Schumann was not in the clubhouse when it was open to the media, but Aaron Boone said he should be here by first pitch. So expect him to be an option off the bench should the Yankees need him. Plenty more to come here on the Yes Network. When we get back, Cam Schlittler gets the ball. First pitch next on Yes.
Yankees baseball on Yes is brought in part by your Tri-State Chevy dealers. Visit ChevyOffers.com. By Tunnel to Towers. Donate $11 a month and amplify your impact with a car or land donation. By Sage, proud accounting software provider of the New York Yankees. And by Nissan. Hop into a Nissan Rogue and hit the road to adventure. Shop NissanUSA.com. Some of the players that played for both teams, David Wells being one of them. Big crowd filing into Yankee Stadium on this Friday evening. This is the beginning of the Yankees' longest homestand of the year. It's a 10-game homestand. You have 3 against the Blue Jays. Monday's an off day. Then you have 3 against the Astros and 4 against the Boston Red Sox. The Yankees wake up today with the Red Sox losing some games lately and the Yankees sweeping the Orioles. They're just 4 games back of first place.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting tighter and tighter, and you've got 4 games against Tampa Bay. You've got 4 games against Boston. You've got to take care of business here. I mean, the Yankees are in a great position because they play well at home. This is their longest homestand of the year, so a lot of good things ahead. The pitching's been so good last couple of nights. The offense has showed up, so it's good news in Yankee land right now.
And on the other side, the Blue Jays have certainly made a run. They're 7-3. In the first 10 games of a 13-game stretch against the American League's top 3 teams. They took 2 out of 3 from the Yankees in Toronto last weekend. Only that 10th inning home run by Ben Rice got the Yankees to salvage the final game of that 3-game set. And after this 3-game series for John Schneider's Blue Jays, the Blue Jays' last 30 games, Paul, are against teams right now that are 500 and under, so the schedule favors them.
Well, they're a dangerous team, don't get me wrong. Guerrero will be back in the lineup soon. Their pitching is much better recently, and you saw what they did in the playoffs last year. They're a half a game out of the wild card, so they're by no means out of anything.
Well, you can see the clock is ticking because John Schneider was looking at his watch because they were waiting for Schlittler before the Yankees took the field, so they do have Schlittler out on the mound, and he is going to face this Blue Jay batting order. Brett Bateman leads off, Nathan Lucas second, Alejandro Kirk, who's been red hot, he'll hit third. Jesus Sanchez, the DH, Ernie Clement at short, Kazuma Okamoto, the third baseman, will bat 6th. Batting 7th, the first base, Brandon Valenzuela, essentially their backup catcher. Charles McAdoo in second, and Miles Straw is in left field, batting 9th. Vlad Guerrero still on the concussion IL. He could return as early as tomorrow. And they'll be facing that guy, Cam Schlittler, 26 starts, 10-6, 2.19. All the numbers are great. So let's check out the Nissan pitcher scatter report.
Well, he's looking for a win. The Yankees have lost his 4 last starts, and it's not his fault. I mean, he's been unbelievable all year. And Plan B, he's been throwing a lot of curveballs, much more than he did. Just gives him another option if he's just not pinpoint on throwing the fastball by him. And a different year. Last year, 5.54 ERA in 3 starts against the Blue Jays. This year, in his 3 starts, 1.96. So must have figured out something, how to get the Blue Jays out.
He's taking his time with his warm-ups, getting ready for this game. Brett Bateman giving them a little bit of energy. Came over in the trade from the Cubs with Kevin Gausman. Hitting .271 with 4 runs batted in. So he marches to the plate. Let's take a look at the Yankee defense, brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Ramos, Grisham, and Jones left to right in the outfield. Rosario at third, Lombard at short, Caballero second, Goldschmidt over at first. Ali Sanchez behind the plate, Ben Rice the DH. Bateman's ready. Cam Schlittler is ready. Let's do it here in the Bronx. First pitch upstairs, and we're underway. Adam Beck is the home plate umpire. Dan Iasonia at first. Louis Krupa, rookie ump, he's at second, and Jeremy Rehack is over at third. Inside. Blue Jays 63 and 66. The Yankees 72 and 55. Let's check out Adam Beck's story. The umpire scouting report brought to you by your local Kia dealers. He's considered hitter friendly. 109 pitches challenged, 54 overturned. Calls fewer outside strikes, fewer low strikes on left-handed batters. Ground ball through for a base hit. So Bateman leads off the game with a single.
Well, since calling him up, they put him in the top of the order because he can do things like this. Just kind of knuckles one the other way. Ball got in on the label, but because of where he hit it, he found a hole on the left side.
Nathan Lucas grounds one to second. This should be 2. There's 1. And the backhanded scoop by Goldschmidt for 2.
Well, just when the doctor ordered right there, nice, easy ground ball. But then Goldschmidt think, well, this is an easy double play. And then all of a sudden he has to pick an in-between hop. It's supposed to be easier than that, Michael.
I think Caballero was caught between going to the bag or flipping it to Lombard. And I think that kept him a little bit off balance, and he made a poor throw, but a nice scoop by Goldschmidt. So here's Kirk. 1-0. Kirk has a 9-game hitting streak. 15 for 37 during that time. That's 405. Tell you what, the bleacher creatures are in great voice tonight.
You can always tell that the fans are here early. It's a bobblehead night giveaway. They're lined up around the stadium.
Now it's challenged by Kirk, powered by T-Mobile, and got it reversed. That missed by a lot. So instead of 1-1, it's 2-0. Three and 0 on Kirk. Kirk against Cam Schlittler, 1 hit, 9 at bats. And he walked him on 4 pitches.
Look at that at bat, Michael. I mean, it seems like that's a strange challenge. 2 outs, nobody on, first strike or second strike, and it changed that whole at bat by going to 2-0, and then all of a sudden you're here at ball 4.
Here's Jesus Sanchez, the DH tonight. And that one is chopped over the head of Goldschmidt into right field. Kirk will stop at second. Jones flips the ball in to Lombard. Second hit of the inning. Third base runner for the Blue Jays, so the double play looming large.
Again, I mean, you've had 2 ground balls in this first inning, and it just have found the outfield grass by finding a hole on the right, earlier on the left side, now on the right side.
And here is the pesky Ernie Clement. Against Schlittler, 5 hits and 12 at-bats.
He's kind of a contact hitter. I mean, he had the unbelievable postseason last year where he hit over 400. But you know, he's the type of hitter that will shorten the swing up, go the other way, and against Schlittler, a lot of foul balls, and then able to get some hits.
And it's 0-2.
You're in a strikeout count here, and you know Cam Schlittler has really not established anything this early in the game. But we talk more about his curveball if he wants to go start mixing that in for a strikeout pitch.
Tap back to the mound. Backhanded grab by Schlittler. Fires low, and another scoop by Goldschmidt. Boy, did he save the Yankees bacon in that inning.
Yeah, that could easily been on the tarp right there, Michael. Goldschmidt's got a first start in a while. First inning, couple really good picks.
Choice of having a beautiful green bat. He'll lead off, then he'll be followed by Ahmed Rosario, Elliot Ramos. Cleaning up the DH Ben Rice, then it's George Lombard Jr. hitting 5th, Trent Grisham 6th. Bottom of the order, Jones, Caballero, and Alex Sanchez. And they'll be facing an opener for the Blue Jays, Mason Fluharty. He's pitched a lot of games, as you can see, and this is his 4th opener. So let's check out the Nissan pitcher scatter report.
Yeah, you're talking about it, Michael. He is racking them up. He is the opener tonight. This is his 68th game, which leads all of the major leagues. He is a big guy, a busy guy. Turned them around. I mean, the Yankees have faced 10 consecutive right-handed starters. Aaron Boone able to get Goldschmidt, Rosario in the lineup. Lefty's only hitting 154 against Fluharty. And a debut, possibly, Spencer Aaron-Getty, who is expected to pitch a lot of the bulk tonight, just off the IL today, traded over from Houston at the deadline.
Allen is driven to center field. Bateman is there. 1 pitch, 1 out. Why don't we check out the Blue Jays defense, brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers, and we'll take a closer look at Miles Straw in left field. He's the Car Shield defensive player profile. He can pick it. Plus 42 outs above average since 2021. 7th best, tied for 7th best among major league outfielders. Here's Ahmed Rosario. He's been on the bench for 10 straight games and 14 of the last 15. And the only start he got, here, have some fun, Chris Sale.
Exactly. Sometimes it's not in the cards, Michael, to get a good matchup.
And for Goldschmidt, this is his first start in 11 games. And still able to do his job defensively. Three 3-0 on Rosario.
Say, Michael, it's Players Weekend. You can decide what you want to do. See a lot of flamboyant colors. I saw a green bat from Goldschmidt. Then you look at Kirk behind the plate. Looks like the old Houston Astros chest protector.
Yeah, it does. 4 straight balls by Fluharty as Rosario works a walk. I'm not here to judge. We're Canadian.
Well, even the hometown there, the visiting players come in. I mean, there's a big hole in the lineup when Aaron Judge isn't part of it, huh?
Well, they expect Fluharty to pitch just 1 inning, so they will pinch run for Rosario, and Jazz Chisholm will take over. So he'll play second, and Caballero will move to third. And it always begs the question, Paul, does that warrant a shower?
Yeah. It's, you know, the start, you know, the opener has kind of changed the way you have to manage, and also offensively. I mean, who do you want in the game late in the game? Who do you want for defense? I mean, so you hate to burn players with just 1 at bat.
1-1. Ramos had his first RBI as a Yankee off the high wall in right field against the Orioles last night. 2-1. Essentially, the Blue Jays have 4 starters. That's why this is the second time in about a week the Yankees are facing an opener against them. And first time they did quite well. Ground ball of third. There's one. And not in time. Ramos beat it out. Got down the line there.
Well, once you hit it, it's pretty much out of your hands. Let's see if he beat this. Pretty close. I don't know that he could overturn it with that. Looks like he's safe.
They will not challenge. So trip to the mound by Kirk to talk with Fluharty as Ben Rice awaits. Fluharty much better against lefty batters than righties. Righties hit 318 against them. Lefties 154. Rice 4 hits in his last 17 at bats, 2 of those home runs. This was after a streak of 4 for 44. Never understood it. If players have certain things that they like to use equipment-wise, why not every day? Well, why do you need players weekend? I mean, there's no uniformity anymore. Everybody wears different uniforms.
I really have noticed that, and I just don't know if you're regular. You know, you're used to your regular model bat. I look back. There's no way I could take up that green bat, or this looks like a disco stick here. I don't know what's going on. It's just everything looks a little bit different when it's not the label, the type of wood that you're used to looking at.
And a strike on 3-0. That says arroz, which is rice in Spanish. And Rice works a walk. Well, we've seen some base runners in this first inning.
Yeah, that's got to be it. You're probably going to see another pitcher. Aaron Getty was up to start the first. So talk about Fluharty, his 68th appearance on the year. Probably be out in the bullpen again tomorrow night.
George Lombard Jr. will come up first and second, 2 outs as the Blue Jays go to the pen. Yes, is brought to you in part by your local Ford stores, proud to be the official SUV of the Yankees. And by Delta, the official airline of the New York Yankees. Delta, keep climbing. So Spencer Arguetti, they got him from the Astros. Not stretched out enough to start, but he is going to be the bulk guy. See those numbers in 17 games. He walks too many people, as you can see. And George Lombard Jr. will face him.
We talked about his, coming over from Houston. He was on the IL with Houston, comes over. Now they just pulled him off the IL tonight. This is his debut with the Blue Jays.
And he's immediately told by Adam Beck, you've got to make eye contact with the batter. One thing to watch for as this game goes on, if he stays in, you can run on him. Got the breaking ball in there for a strike.
Yeah, you're going to see that a lot. He uses his curveball more than any pitcher in baseball. So if you like that spinner, he's a good guy to face. Oh,
0-2. Yankees trying to do something here they haven't done in a while, Paul, and that's score in the first inning. They've gone 19 straight games without scoring in the first inning. Fourth longest streak since 1974. And the 0-2. Still 0-2.
Lombard really stayed in well on that. That was that curveball that, he kind of dropped down his arm angle to the side a little bit where it comes right at your front hip. It has a tendency to kind of freeze you as a hitter.
First and second, 2 outs, bottom of the first. Swing and a miss. Lombard goes down on strikes. 20 straight first innings without a run as the Yankees strand 2. Against the Blue Jays, we'll take a look at his arsenal on StatCast 3D by Google Cloud, specifically against Toronto.
Yeah, you see, I mean, he's fastball heavy. The four-seam cutter, sinker, all high velocity, but he is throwing that curveball more recently. And I think it's only going to help him to get guys off of his hard stuff.
Hit 375 against that four-seamer. Okamoto takes high. So Jazz Chisholm takes over at second. And Caballero shifts to third.
Okamoto, 26 home runs on the year. That's a Blue Jays record for a rookie. What's your opinion on that?
I hate it.
These guys really rookies when they come over?
There should be a separate category. I don't think it's fair. I mean, McGonigal of the Tigers, he's a rookie. Lombard's a rookie. This guy was a star in Japan.
Yeah.
How's he a rookie? And then sometimes they flip the script because they didn't consider Matsui a rookie. He should have been the rookie of the year, and he lost to Angel Peroa.
Right. Yeah, figure that one out, huh?
Left field coming on Ramos, and he puts it away.
Get him off the end of the bat there. I mean, Okamoto's had a couple home runs here recently, and he's an extremely streaky hitter. I mean, 5 home runs in a week, and they go for 40. So, one of those types of hitters.
So here's Brandon Valenzuela playing first base because, as we mentioned, Vlad Guerrero on the concussion IL could be back, should be back tomorrow. Fly ball right field. Spencer Jones is there. Now, Meredith, I look down at the spikes of Cam Schlittler. Pretty fancy story behind it.
Well, Michael, he's a huge Star Wars fan, and tonight he is channeling the entire galaxy, going with a little light side, dark side theme. He said that his favorite movie is Revenge of the Sith. You see the dark side right there, the other side, the light side. And rumor has it that before the All-Star break, Aaron Judge actually tried to program Darth Vader breathing into his pitch comm. Haven't been able to confirm that with the captain yet, though, Michael.
Take us to break with that one, Meredith. That was a good one.
Wow, McAdoo grounds out to Lombard, 1-2-3 inning.
Welcome back to Yankee Stadium as we head to the bottom of the second. Paul, you mentioned earlier that it is a bobblehead night tonight. It's Cody Bellinger bobblehead night to be exact, but he is not here in the Bronx. Instead, he is in Moosic, Pennsylvania. He's participating in Game 2 of his rehab assignment, batting second for the Rail Riders, playing left field. He is 0 for 1 so far tonight. Yesterday, he had a hit in his first at-bat. He went 1 for 3 in that one while DHing. The Yankees are going to check in with him after this one, see how he feels. But after last night, guys, he said everything felt good. He's expected to be back either later this weekend or early next week. When I asked Aaron Boone if there have been discussions about what this roster is going to look like when Cody Bellinger gets back, he said they've had some preliminary discussions, but nothing is definite as of yet. Michael, the Yankees are going to have some decisions on their hands.
They're going to be tough decisions, which I guess tells you that they've got a lot of depth, and whatever move they make is going to be, surprising for the person that ends up leaving the roster. That was the injury report brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees.
Michael, if you look at it, it's not only going to change the personnel by bringing guys back, it's going to change your everyday lineup too, because some guys aren't going to be playing every day. Some guys might become more of a platoon situation. So a lot of things for Aaron Boone to try to figure out when he gets everybody eligible to play.
It's going to be challenged.
Yeah, it was a little late tap too. I mean, I thought the ball was right there. It was up in the zone.
Pitches the ball. Toronto has 1 challenge remaining.
Powered by T-Mobile. Wow, that's missing by a lot.
I'd say that's in that bucket you talked about, Michael. Call it right around 1 3/4, 2 inches. Those are the blatant ones, right?
You would think. It is amazing to me, Paul, how many people A, miss, and then B, miss by as much as they do. So a lot of the arguing over the years about balls and strikes, some were right and some were wrong, Paul.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, there were times where I would argue a call, and I knew in my mind it was a ball. You go and look at the video, even by watching the video that it's on the corner, you can't make yourself believe it. You just you couldn't be wrong.
And Grisham works a walk to start the second. I'll bring up Spencer Jones. He has 6 home runs. We'll take a look at the exit velocity on all of them, presented by Spectrum.
Well, what you are somewhat surprised at that, 3 out of the 6 are the other way, which, I was talking in the tunnel today during batting practice, and he's like, you don't want to change that. I mean, you have the type of power where you don't need to pull the ball. It's only going to make you harder to pitch to if you can handle that ball away.
So the average exit velocity 108.4. Runner goes. Breaking ball out of the strike zone, no throw. We told you, you can run on Arrighetti.
Yeah, it's got to be part of the game plan from the Yankees. And Kirk, you saw his reaction. He's not even going to try. I mean, that's such a good jump. I mean, you can almost jog into second base.
So before this outing, he had 88 innings of work. He's allowed 19 stolen bases. That's tied for the 3rd most in the American League. Tied with Drew Rasmussen. Leading is Dylan Cease. High drive, right field. Fair ball, it's gone. It is
fair.
A home run. He called it fair. A 2-run shot for Spencer Jones, and they already want to challenge it. But he'll jog around the bases thinking it's his 7th home run and a 2-0 Yankee lead.
He hit this ball initially, Michael. I didn't know if it was going to come down, and the foul pole really doesn't help because it was so high.
Yep.
But I thought it was clearly foul, but then all of a sudden it looked like it landed fair. So I'm sure we'll get a better angle at it. John Schneider immediately in the visitor's dugout, who has a pretty good view, said put on the headphone.
Well, we played this game in Baltimore. That one was scored foul. Alonso thought it was fair. And this one is scored a home run. And the Blue Jays think otherwise.
Off the get-go, I mean, when players don't run, you assume they have the best look. But then you can't really tell. I mean, it was so high and long. That looks like a fair ball in the bleachers. I don't know if you don't get a great view on this, if you could overturn it.
After review, call on the field stands. Home run.
See that, Michael?
I think I didn't have enough.
I know one thing. You could call it now, and it was high, and it was long, and it was far. Spencer Jones, 7th of the year. We're talking about him going the other way. Well, he pulled this one right down the line over the foul pole. Nobody could call it foul or fair.
Well, here's Caballero.
You know, I was watching that replay the other night. Like when we were calling in Baltimore the home run that looked fair and ended up being foul. And I just remember in old Cincinnati and Veterans Stadium, they had a net that went all the way up, like to the top deck, where these foul poles, if the ball's really, really high and long, you kind of lose sight on how it goes over the pole. This pitch is just not high enough. They're trying to get under his hand. You see him kind of leaning. Yeah, right?
Yeah, he wasn't sure until Dan Iasonia emphatically said fair ball. Driven into right center, long run for Bateman. He gets there to retire Caballero. Take a look at the launch off the bat, Paul, on the super shot.
I just got in towards the label a little bit. Boy, total extension. And, he's the type of hitter that kind of hits off his back leg and just whips the bat out there. That's where he gets a tremendous power.
I think he thought it was foul. He definitely thought it was foul until the umpire said no. Here's Sanchez. So he's homered in back-to-back games. One yesterday in Baltimore was to left center. This one right down the right field line.
And Michael, 3 hits in Baltimore yesterday, including that opposite field home run. When I spoke to him on the field afterwards, he said he had made some adjustments heading into that game. First and foremost, he felt like he needed to get things started a little bit early. He felt like he was just a tad late on everything. And then also he mentioned that he wanted to make sure there weren't too many thoughts going through his head. He was thinking too much at the plate, Paul. He needed to clear his head a little bit. And it worked for him in Baltimore and seems to be working here in the Bronx as well.
1-2 on Alex Sanchez.
Yeah, your mind can only withstand so many things, Michael. And if you go up to the plate with 10 different things you're worrying about, you can't execute any of them. 1 or 2 things, and that's what you got to stick with.
That home run was a 43-degree launch angle. That's the highest of his career. And down goes Sanchez, 2 away.
See that back leg and the hips just rotate, and he's so big and strong. If he gets those arms extended, I mean, he has tremendous power.
Hey, players do the math, ball. When there's a roster move upcoming, they know that they could be in the mix. And Spencer Jones is obviously in the mix. And so he goes out and gets 3 hits yesterday and has a home run today.
Yeah, he's making a statement that, this is what you brought me up here for, is to add power and home runs to this lineup. And since the recall, he has done that.
A strike.
If you look at what happened with the start of this game with Flew Hardy, the lefty. So Aaron Boone manipulated his lineup and got Grisham and Spencer Jones all the way at the bottom of the order, where they ended up facing a right-hander. Grisham draws a walk, and then all of a sudden Jones puts you up 2-0. So good managerial stuff for Aaron Boone by setting up this lineup.
Goldschmidt strikes out to end the inning, but the big blow in the inning right down the line, over the foul pole, into the second deck. A home run for Jones. It's 2-0 Yankees. Yankee fans, vote for the mini dessert chicken bucket. Fill in your ballpark bites bracket for a chance to win tickets to try these bites in stadium. Vote at MLB.com/bracket. Miles Straw leads off and takes the ball from Schlittler, who has a 2-0 lead. 1-1. Now you watch Slittler pitch, and you look up at the board. He has a 2.16 ERA, and it's kind of hard to believe the Yankees have lost each of his last 4 starts. He hasn't, but the Yankees have lost all 4 games, and a lot of it has to do with lack of run production.
Yeah, you went through that time where you were getting unbelievable pitching, and the offense just could not muster up enough runs. I mean, they've all been 1-run games. If you like nail biters, the Yankees are the team to watch, right?
Yeah, you don't have any nails.
Yeah, well, see, I've been on vacation, Mike. I still have my nails here.
Yeah, they look nice. And there's a walk to the number 9 batter. Speaking of Slittler, cooking up something special with Hexclad. Join the hybrid revolution at hexclad.com. He's first in ERA and first in WAR. And these are American League rankings. 3rd in innings pitched and 2nd in opponent's average against. Cease is a 179 batting average against compared to Schlittler's. So it looks like it's Schlittler and Cease for the battle for the American League Cy Young Award.
Well, it's Cease tomorrow night, right?
Mm-hmm. Tomorrow day.
Oh, that's right. I'm glad you reminded me of that. I got to go to
you
a
have Bruno Mars tomorrow night.
Right. Yeah.
He's starting for you.
Why are you mad? Why are you mad? Fix your face. One of those things.
Bateman led off the game with a single left, but quickly erased on a double play ground ball by Nathan Lucas. Straw has 7 stolen bases, leads off first. One and two. Foul back. Still 1 and 2. I don't know how much of a chance you got to see the game yesterday, but Garrett Cole looked terrific.
Yeah, I mean, I just looked at some of the stats. I did watch a couple innings, but what was it? All but 1 first pitch strikes. I mean, just total command of the game, and it's so good to see him, and he's just built back since he's come off the IL, where he's your Cy Young caliber type of pitcher now.
Right, he looks like pre-surgery. Garrett Cole grounded softly to short. They take the out at first. Straw advances to second.
I don't know if you picked that up in Lombard. He changed his mind in the middle of this play. You look at the 2 guys that we were talking about, the tail of the tape. Yeah, those are the guys ahead in the American League, basically in every pitching category.
The one big advantage Schlittler has, he's pitched more. So Cease is 20th in innings, and Schlittler is 3rd. And they're about even in WAR. And there's Garrett Cole. Tell you what, Paul. You get back Fried, and they expect to get him back, and then you have Schlittler pitching this way, Cole pitching that way. Fried obviously is a big game pitcher. That's a nice big 3 to go into any playoff series.
If your offense is somewhat anything, I mean, you've got to be favored in any series with those 3 arms. Yeah, this was really amazing to me. If you watch Lombard, he's going to second all the way here. And he just switches it and goes to first, thinking it's going to be too close to. It's just a heads-up play to get a sure out.
Three and 0 on Lucas. Yankees still waiting to get Clark Schmidt back. He could just settle nicely somewhere in the bullpen as well, because right now the starting spots are certainly spoken for. Fly ball left field. Ramos. 2-way. Boy, this is a Blue Jay team that went to Game 7 of the World Series. Played hard, played smart, scored a lot of runs. They are having such a hard time scoring runs this year. They average under 4 runs a game. That's 28th in baseball, 3.98.
Yeah, they're just a different team, but they're playing now the way they played the second half last year. I mean, in their last 20 games or so, they made up 6 games in the wild card. I mean, they were 6.5 out, 2-3 weeks ago, and now they're a half.
So 2-0 on Kirk, and Sanchez wants to talk with Schlittler. And we also spoke about, they essentially have 4 starters, the Blue Jays. So they don't score a lot of runs, and they have 4 starters. So every time around, you're going to have to do a bullpen game like tonight. They thought they had filled that role with acquiring Jameson Tyone, but he's got some forearm tenderness, so he is on the IL. And then Trey Savage, who was a big part of last year's postseason run, has a knee issue. And they think they'll get him back, but he might not be able to be stretched out to start. So he'll be pitching out of the bullpen. So that's a big difference between this year's team and last.
Yeah, they traded Gausman. I mean, Barrios early in the year, so their starting pitching has been the walking wounded.
Three 3-0. He walked Kirk in the first inning. Now 3-0 here in the third.
Well, Kirk, their hottest hitter. Even though you're the American League's best pitcher, base open. You're going to keep that in the back of your mind before you give in to Kirk, who's hot right now.
There's a strike. And he dropped a curveball in there for a strike.
Yeah, I think that's the first curveball he's thrown all night, and that was a good one. You could go right back to it and try to get that sinker in on his hands.
And there's ball 4. Oddly, 3 walks. Not even 3 full innings yet for a guy who takes a lot of pride in not walking people.
Yeah, that was a sinker, and you could tell he just tugged it all the way across his body and just kind of lost control and feel. I read an interesting thing the other day that Cam Schlittler said he holds the baseball very, very loose. There's no death grip on it, and that's just why he gets so much life and so much velocity. But it also has a good way to finish the ball with that 2-seamer in the cutter.
So quick trip to the mound by Matt Blake to settle down Cam Schlittler. Yankees have a 2-0 lead. The Blue Jays have runners on first and second. And Sanchez is coming up. Now, they took care of the Blue Jays. They won 2 out of 3, Paul. And the game that they lost was Sanchez made what was described to me as a mind-bendingly bad play in left field with Max Scherzer on the mound, and otherwise they would have swept Tampa Bay. So they've been playing very well. They won 2 out of 3 against the Yankees last weekend. But the play in left field by Sanchez, that's why he's DHing. I mean, Max Scherzer doesn't show that kind of emotions against a teammate, but you could see like he wanted to pull his hair out.
You see a fastball just by somebody right there. Good location. 4-seamer at 100.
Just overpowering right now, 0-2.
A good spot for Cam Schlittler to get his first strikeout of the night. Up 0-2 here. A couple runners on.
99 a bit upstairs and away, 1-2. Sanchez 4 for 10 lifetime against Cam Schlittler. Now 4 for 11 as he strikes out to end the inning. No runs, no hits, 2 walks, 2 men left. Ride brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. Tonight's picture is of Francisco and Noel, who enjoyed watching the Yankees sweep the Orioles. There they are at Camden Yards. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride. Mention yes in pictures you post to social media. Reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers, and we might spotlight you in a future game. Jazz Chisholm Jr. pinch ran for Ahmed Rosario in the first inning. And now he'll have his first at bat against the right-hander Spencer Arrighetti. Grounded foul.
Looking back at Camden Yards, Michael, I used to love to go play there. And one of the things was more than half of the fans were Yankee fans. Is it still that way?
I don't know if it was half because it was during the week, but there was a lot of Yankee fans.
It's always a fun, a beautiful ballpark. Always a great place to play. But boy, the Yankee fans would travel. No doubt about that.
Trent Grisham gave you some company. He hit a ball on Utah Street.
Utah, yeah.
Fly ball left field. One down. Play FanDuel's Daily Dinger for free every day for a chance at a profit boost if your selected player hits a home run. And here are the featured home run odds for today's players. 3-4 in the Yankees order. Ramos is plus 700. Ben Rice plus 500.
That brick on Utah Street, Michael, so old it probably looks like the old cobblestone stuff you see in Boston or something.
Well, yours is a little bit newer than when you hit it, because remember the first marker they had, they spelled your name wrong with one L.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like something's up with Alejandro Kirk. Let's see if Jazz got him on the follow through. Yep. Can't feel too good. That's one guy they can ill afford to lose. They lost him at the beginning of the year, and that was one of the reasons they got off to such a bad start. He is the heart and soul of this team.
Yeah, you look at last year. I mean, Guerrero, phenomenal. Your Springer had, way above average year, but the one guy that they always come back to was Kirk. And what he meant to this team, the type of the player and type of hitter he is. He's going through one of those hot streaks right now.
So here's Ramos, grounded to third, force out at second in the first. Beat out the double play return. And a strike from Arrighetti. Now, Arrighetti threw 50 pitches in his last rehab start for AAA Buffalo. That was on Sunday. This is only his second career relief appearance. Check swing. He missed the last 4 weeks with a nerve condition in his right foot called Morton's neuroma. And then August 3rd, he was traded to Toronto at the deadline for Dalton Varsho. Boy, he throws that breaking ball a lot.
He has that kind of a short sidearm angle, which, will break that ball a lot different. It's tough on righties.
Shallow right. And Lucas makes the call. Check out the Mohegan Sun team scouting report, the American League wild card standings. Right now, the Rangers 2 games under 500. They are tied with the Twins for the 3rd wild card. Blue Jays a half game back. Guardians, Tigers, Orioles, Mariners. Everyone within spitting distance, and you still have over a month to play. Here's Ben Rice. Swings at the first pitch and lofts it to left center. Drifting over Bateman, he puts it away, and that will do it. All 3 outfielders get a put out, and we go to the 4th.
How about that?
Ernie, born and raised in Rochester, grew up watching the Yankees with his father, became a fan through him, was a hockey star at Brighton High School in Rochester, 70 goals in 79 games, and he's joked that he wants to open his own Wegmans store one day.
It's a big store. Huh?
I've seen you come in here with Wegman stuff.
Yeah.
See, I want to open up a Lobel's.
Uh-huh. Some people dream about having big wine cellars. That was your thing right there. The big big steak cellar.
Yeah.
That's where you aged it.
What a postseason for him last year. 30 hits, a .411 batting average. 2-2. Right side, long run for Spencer Jones. Makes the seats just over the screen. So we told you that Clement had 30 hits. The 31st would have walked it off in Game 7, but Andy Pages caught his fly ball to the warning track as Pages crashed into Kike Hernandez, and the game went to extra innings, where the Dodgers ended up winning. It was a base hit, center field. Leadoff single for Clement.
Well, you talked about Clement and his success against Schlittler in his career. And that's a typical at bat. Foul off a couple, finally get a ball that you can handle, and don't try to do too much with it. Just line it right back up the middle. It's a solid player. Kind of four-seamer, but it's got a little cut on it, so it kind of just flattened out there.
So here is Kazuma Okamoto. I'm going to give you one chance, Paul.
One.
I want you to look at Ernie Clement, and I want you to give me the look-alike.
Aaron Boone.
Yes. Very
I
good.
don't know why it just popped in my head. Wow.
Looks just like him.
What?
Oh, yeah. Check out the MLB Rookie Home Run Leaderboard, brought to you by your local Tri-State Buick dealers. Murakami with 29, Sal Stewart 27, and Okamoto with 26. Okamoto broke the Blue Jay rookie record, which was set by Eric Hinsky. Hinsky had 24.
I This is one of those nights, if you look at Schlittler, he really doesn't have great command of his fastball. And this is where we're talking about that curveball. It might be good for him to start working that curveball in to get them off to where he can find that pinpoint control with the fastball.
So 3-2. There's younger Boone and Clement. I think it looks even more so.
Well, Clement has not been through the stresses of a full major league career and then managing in New York too. So
yeah, I think the latter is more stressful. Now, if Clement at some point in the game, like, pounds his fist together and points up toward the second deck, then it could be a body changer. Could be a body changing thing. It's amazing he knows somebody in every city. All the coaches do too. It's one of the things we look for after every Yankee win.
I thought he was waving at you. It's
no,
not you.
Nope. Lined into left field. It's a base hit in front of Ramos. First and second, nobody out.
I think Schlittler, you can see he's getting a little frustrated. He's getting some 2-strike counts and not able to get the swing and miss strikeouts. This ball just put into play off the end of the bat, but on a line, dunks into left field.
Here's Valenzuela. So because it's Players Week and you see them with different colored bats, and you said that would bother you a bit. So what happens if you had a gamer and you painted it? Would it still disconcert you a bit?
Probably not as much, but it's this, you're so used to, holding a bat the specific way, especially if the label's right where you want it, and it's just as you look down to get ready to hit, it's kind of a comforting thing. It's weird.
So Valenzuela grounds out to Goldschmidt. The only play was at first. Runners move up. Clement to third. Okamoto to second.
McAdoo's kind of been moving all over the infield for them. Plays third, plays first, is at second, and actually he's played some outfield too. Who could forget Bob McAdoo, huh, Michael?
His cousin.
Yeah, Boston Braves. Remember him in the light blue uniform, scoring tight. He was a scoring machine. Actually played for the Knicks too, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Hall of Famer. Yankees play the infield back. They'll give up a run on a ground ball. Swing and a miss.
Overpowering there. You see McAdoo kind of opening up, thinking of velocity. You start opening up, cheating. Well, then you lose the outside corner.
Fouled away. Waiting on the captain. Hitting off a tee now. He's doing some good work.
He's home in the locker room today in good spirits. So in my mind, that means that things are starting to roll around a little bit better for him.
Did it go? It was a foul tip held onto by Sanchez. So a big strikeout for Schlittler. McAdoo goes down for out number 2.
Yeah, this was just a good eye test. I mean, not to go away from the fastball because he had overpowered him the whole at bat. Just kind of elevated a little bit. No chance for McAdoo. A big strikeout for Schlittler.
Straw pops it up and out of play. Clement at third and Okamoto at second. 2-0 Yankees on the Spencer Jones home run right down the right field line over the right field foul pole. One and one on Straw. He walked in the third. Now clips the outside corner, 1-2. Straw didn't love that, but they only have one challenge remaining.
As you saw with McAdoo, you can see his front hip starting to open it up, and that just shows you as a hitter, you're trying to get it going quick because of the velocity of Slitler.
So if you know they're opening up, what would be the perfect pitch to throw then? A breaking ball away?
Well, not even a breaking ball, just something away. Either the cutter or, the four-seamer away. But he really has not shown him inside. But you can start seeing Straw kind of leaking with that front hip to try to get the bat head going.
He tried to go outside, but Straw didn't bite. Count is full on Miles Straw, the number 9 hitter.
You just don't see with his approach right here, with that kind of opening up, that you don't see that he can handle an outside pitch. That's the problem with that cutter. That always scares me because it kind of hangs over the middle of the plate. And as it's hanging, it's spinning, you lose some velocity. See, he's around it a little bit, and that just flattens out right there. Very fortunate to get away with that.
Pitch count building up. He's at 70 right now, just the 4th inning. Here's what the Blue Jays did last year when they faced him. They foul off pitch after pitch after pitch. So the strikeout percentage against the rest of baseball, 31.6. The Blue Jays 18.8. This is the 8th pitch coming up in this at bat.
Yeah, this is an at bat right here. You're just looking to get a huge out. I mean, you got runners in scoring position, tying run at second. Soft contact or a strikeout, you'll take either.
Popped up. And Lombard makes the play. So Cam Slitler works around the trouble, and we go to the bottom of the 4th. Got one of today's player props brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. George Lombard Jr., the youngster, plus 800. And he will lead off. Now, Meredith, you've made it when your teammates are wearing T-shirts with your name on it.
Hey, Michael, no doubt about it. Kind of a fun moment in the Yankees clubhouse earlier today. George Lombard Jr. was sitting at his locker. Ben Rice sits right next to him. Spencer Jones on the other side of Rice. And Lombard was opening a package. He looked at it and said, I have my own T-shirt. And Rice and Jones needed to know more. There's the T-shirt right there. George in the concrete jungle. They said, hey, that's an awesome shirt. Ben Rice said it was sick. Spencer Jones said, that's fire. They both agreed they needed one, and they were wearing it for batting practice. Michael, they even added what you just said. You can probably retire now. You've officially made it, George.
Pretty cool. That one is looped into right field. It's a base hit, little inside out swing. Lucas makes the play, fires it in, and a leadoff single here in the 4th inning for the guy with the T-shirt, George Lombard.
George in the jungle, huh? Well, it's just good approach. I mean, he's inside this ball the whole swing, doesn't change and fights through it. That guy wore number 2 for the Yankees for a while. You remember him?
Yeah.
That's the way he hit the ball a lot.
Yep.
You know that? Just inside out the other way.
Here's Trent Grisham as Lombard leads off first. You see a lot of kids come up, especially really young players. And sometimes it seems like everything's going very fast for them. Doesn't seem like that with Lombard. It doesn't seem like the game's moving too fast. And it didn't move that too fast for Jeter in 1996. The ball gets away from Kirk. Lombard moves to second.
I was talking to Meredith, and we did a pregame show together. As you watch this ball down in the dirt, Lombard easily allowed to go to second, but he was so solid from day one with his defense that there was no nervousness as far as the organization, Aaron Boone, to stick him at shortstop and know that he can make the plays. So obviously you're going to continue to try to get better and better defensively, but it allows you to be more natural and only work on one side of the ball because he is so good defensively. Now you can just work about you know, your offense at the major league level.
Wow, this is Lombard's belt. Is that Spencer Jones? Yeah.
And Michael, those two guys are pretty tight. Spencer Jones, one of the first guys to say he was not questioning it at all whether or not Lombard Jr. would succeed at this level. He said he is not surprised. He knew his makeup. He knew his talent when he got up here. He just came up and went to work. So fun to see those two guys. They sit very close to each other in the clubhouse, continue to go through this experience together.
I've never seen a belt. That one belt loop, I mean, the one nod he gave Spencer Jones a black eye.
A black eye or a missing eye? Kind of looks like a pirate.
Yeah. Now, Lombard did commit to Vanderbilt before he got drafted by the Yankees, and that's where Spencer Jones went. Jones had a 2-run home run in the second, first and second, nobody out. Now, Paul, if I get socks, like with my face on it, would you wear them?
Oh, absolutely.
Players Weekend? Yeah.
I would wear shorts just so I could show them off.
All right, I'm going to get that done. Dribbled slowly to first. There's one play. They make it at first. Runners move up.
You know, Michael, that's the old-fashioned swinging bunt right there. Big swing, just kind of move the guys over. Unintentional, but it works out well.
So down 2-0 and really struggling to score runs. The Blue Jays will bring the infield in with runners on second and third. Now, some managers are loath to do that because if a ball squeaks through, it's not one run, Paul, it's two.
Yeah, this is a big opportunity for the Yankees, too, to you know, put some more runs on the board. Schlittler has battled to keep Toronto with zeros all game. But you add runs to this lead, it's going to make everything easier for the Yankee pen.
Breaking ball inside. 1-0 on Caballero. Caballero with a fly ball to center in the second. He does that. He gets another run here.
Good job by Caballero staying off those breaking balls. I mean, Arrighetti, you've seen what he does. I mean, he wants to show you that breaking ball, get it out of the strike zone, and have you wail at it. But, good patience here.
3-0.
Caballero might have the green light here. You got Sanchez on deck, who has been swinging the bat better, but 3-0 infield in. Kind of a dream situation for a hitter.
Threw a breaking ball on 3-0, dropped it in for a strike.
Yeah, that's his bread and butter. If he's going to get beat, he's going to get beat on a breaking ball. And you see, I think Caballero was going after that because he kind of buckled. And if you're taking a pitch, you're not going to buckle at it.
There's that fly ball to center, deep. Going back, Bateman still back, reaches up, makes the play. Both runners tag. Lombard comes home with run number 3. Grisham moves to third. Sac fly for Caballero. 3-0 Yankee lead.
A good solid at bat by Caballero, getting in a hitter's count and put it in play, hit it hard. It's the wrong part of the field. But by keeping it out in front of him, he was able to elevate it, get it to center field, and tack on another run.
Brendan Little warming up. 2 outs. Infield backs up. Ali Sanchez struck out in the second. This will be the 50th pitch for Arrighetti. 0-1. So that's what he threw in his rehab start. And he'll go over that. One and 2 on Sanchez. And the righty deals. 2-2. Grisham is at third. 2 men out, 1 run in, 3-0 Yanks. Swing and a miss. And that'll do it. Winning baseball for the Yankees. Single, walk, runners move up, and a sac fly. 3-0 Yanks. Name That Yankee brought to you by Prevagen. See the numbers. Played for the Yankees. Played for NBC. Played for the Blue Jays. And played for the Yankees.
He talks a lot, too.
He does talk a lot. You have this one? I think you do.
But
all right. Audi scoreboard. Yankees lead 3-0. And there's a strike. So the Yankees scoring, Paul. Spencer Jones belted one, 2-run home run. And then Lombard scored for the 3rd run. That one's hit down the left field line. That'll go into the corner. Digging it out there is Ramos, and he mishandles it. But Bateman will stay at second, so it's a double.
Looked like he was trying to cage a cat in out there. That ball was bouncing all over the place. You'll kick it, you'll do anything to stop it from rolling, but he was able to keep Bateman at second base. And this is his second ball. He's kind of inside it out tonight. And right here, you get a little nervous. That thing, you don't know what angle it's going to take. Oh, he missed it with a hand. The key to that play, Michael, is not panic. You know, in your mind, sooner or later, I get a hold of this thing, make a good throw in, keep him at second. Last thing you want to do is keep kicking it around out there and let him run to third.
Runner at second. Second hit for Bateman.
It was his second inning. That he 6 or 8 pitches or something. Slipper. It's really the only true easy inning he's had. I mean, he has grinded and battled. I don't think his command is where he would like it to be, and he's kind of battling that.
Popped up left field. Lombard makes the dropped the ball. He dropped the ball in foul territory, and he can't believe it. The Yankees probably can't believe it.
Well, Caballero was in a bad spot there. He was kind of running backwards, and it was an easy play. Lombard did the right thing by calling him off, and then just did not glove it.
That's going to be scored an error, so a second error. He's 6.
I'd have to change my belt, Michael.
You think so?
Yeah. It's just, you can't do stuff like that, right?
So Lucas gets a bonus swing. Count 1 and 2. High fly ball. Shallow right. Coming on Spencer Jones. Runner will not move up. So no harm, no foul on the error other than a couple more pitches by Schlittler.
Well, there's not a better feeling. You know, when you do something as an outfielder, Lombard misses that ball, you just don't want it to turn into something horrible for Schlittler. You know, the guy goes deep or hits a double or something. You know, now that you've got the out, now you're back to it, and now you're looking to try to help him out, make a great play, try to help him get through this inning.
Bateman at second, 1 man out. There's Alejandro Kirk, who's walked twice against Schlittler. Oh, and 1. He's got the velocity tonight, so that's not short. The location is not perfect as it usually is, so he's laboring a bit. The Blue Jays have 5 hits. The Yankees have 2, but the Yankees lead 3-0.
I think when you're not happy with your location, you have a tendency to go back to the 4-seamer. That's what you have the most control with, and that kind of, if you look at, you know, his pitch selection, his 2-seamer, statistics-wise, is the toughest pitch to hit, and I don't think he's been able to get to that. That right there could change everything. If he can throw that in games where he struggles with his control a little bit, and he can throw that curveball for a strike in the count, he's only going to get better.
Ground ball and through for a base hit. Bateman rounds third. He's coming home. The throw from Jones, not in time. It's an RBI single for Kirk. And the Blue Jays on the board. It's 3-1 Yanks.
Well, that's just a hot hitter and a good piece of hitting. I mean, because that really was not a bad pitch. Four-seamer right on the outside corner, kind of cutting away, and he just stays with it and laces it to right field. And Jazz playing up the middle. No way to knock it down. That's his back control right there, Michael. That is a great piece of hitting with a runner in scoring position.
And that extends his hitting streak to 10 straight. You can see the Yankees looked at this lineup and said, well, he's not going to beat us. So that's why they walked him twice. And that time, on a good pitch, he takes it through the right side. And the pitch is outside to Sanchez.
Remember Sanchez with the Marlins. He had a couple good years there. 18 home runs, 65 RBIs in 2024. So only 28 years old. This is his 7th season, so you know you're still have an opportunity if you're the Blue Jays to see this kid blossom into something more offensively.
Missed 27 games this year with a sprained right ankle. Came back July 31st. Been hitting 161 since coming off the IL. Ground ball, second base. There's one. And there's two. A 4-6-3 double play. But the Blue Jays get a run. 2 hits, 1 error, and nobody left on base. We're halfway through. Yankees up by 2. Gotham Sports app to get live games, post-game sound, podcast, and much more. And if you get Yes on TV, then you get Gotham Sports app for free. So download and sign in today. Top of the Yankee order. Getty's still out there. Paul Goldschmidt will start it off. And that's pop foul. He's probably the last batter. They have a lefty warming, so they have the righty facing Goldschmidt. Then you've got Chisholm, lefty, Ramos, righty, and Rice lefty. One and two. Grounded foul outside of third. Paul's 0 for 2. Now, obviously, he wants to get hits, but I'll tell you what. He did his job in the first inning with those 2 scoops. He made his presence in this game really important.
It could have been an ugly first inning. A couple of those balls get by, especially the one from Schlittler would have ended up down the right field line against a tarp and scored a run.
2-2. Fly ball to center and a strikeout. Bottom of the 5th inning, 3-1 Yanks. Looped into right field. He wins that battle and picks up a base hit. So a single to start out the 5th inning for Goldschmidt.
The green bat died a hero there, Michael. Look at this inside out. To throw that 2-seamer, and he just kind of fights it off with that neon green bat. A little dunker to right field.
And with Jazz Chisholm Jr. coming up, here comes John Schneider after this base hit. And the Blue Jay manager is going to signal for the left-hander, Brendan Little. So Arrighetti hands the ball off. It'll be Little against Chisholm when we come back. 3-1 Yanks. Come out to Yankee Stadium on Tuesday, August 25th when the Yankees take on the Astros for Yankees Rugby Shirt Night. First 18,000 guests in attendance receive a Yankees Rugby courtesy of WFAN. Tickets going fast, so get yours today at Yankees.com. Paul, so I couldn't sleep last night. So I got out the spreadsheets and I found out the formula for the Yankees to win.
Is it simple? Or
it's simple, I think. I think it's simple.
Okay.
I'll give it to you in a moment. So Little comes in and we'll face Chisholm. Well, you see the Yankees have been getting great pitching and having trouble scoring runs.
Right.
If they score 5 or more runs in a game, their record is 44-5. It's that simple.
You score 5 and you go home.
Yeah, you go home. You're 39 games over 500.
And you sleep better, too.
Much better.
The reason you didn't sleep is you didn't get home till like 3 in the morning, right?
Yeah, I was twitching like a hummingbird. It wasn't happening. Sleep was not happening.
You ever try closing your eyes harder? I used to, I would just keep squeezing them. And before a World Series game, you can't sleep, and it's like
Huge squeeze. You really
harder and harder. It didn't work.
Somebody gave me a tip. They said close your eyes and then move your eyes back and forth, and you could feel your eyes like going back and forth behind your eyelids. But that doesn't work for me.
That sounds like you just get dizzy and fall out of bed.
Then pass out instead of fall asleep.
There you go.
Swing and a miss. 2-2. Ramos is on deck. So this is the last lefty lever that Snyder can pull. He has one lefty in the bullpen. Started a lefty, then a righty, and now the other lefty. And he looked at this and said, this is the lane for me.
You know, both managers have put an imprint on this game with Fluharty starting as a lefty, and then with Aaron Boone putting his righties down in the lineup. So as soon as they made a pitching change with Arrighetti, you know, your righties or your lefties in the Yankee lineup were getting at bats off of him, and it really helped Spencer Jones, the 2-run home.
Runner goes. Sky to left center field. Bateman on the run. He's there, and he'll put it away.
Goldschmidt must have picked up something from the lefty and kind of cheat steal right there. But Jazz going after the pitch, not allowing him to run.
Now Ramos, Yankees got him because he can hit lefties, but the Yankees have been seeing all right-handed starters before the opener of Fluharty tonight, and now getting to face a lefty right here. You could just see the relief on his face when he got that double in Baltimore yesterday, driving his first run in 17 games, and his first as a Yankee. So that streak went all the way back to San Francisco. One and one. Here's a look at his first. Yankee ribby.
Off the bat, we've talked about his approach wanting to go to right field, and you know, a few feet to the left there, it hits the shorter part of the fences in the bleachers. So you're right, Michael. That's a sigh of relief right there.
Two and two. Little came off the paternity lifts on Sunday when the Yankees were in Toronto, and he gave up a tie-breaking single to Jose Caballero in the 7th inning. There's a base hit to right field. Lucas Field stopping at second is Goldschmidt, so Ramos picks up a single the other way. First and second, one out.
Boy, this was a rocket. I mean, this ball, when you watch where he makes contact on this ball is almost at home plate. I mean, you're not out in front. Just swings late and just hammers it to right field. How far back that is. I mean, that's almost his back leg when he makes contact. So, you know, you haven't committed as a hitter when you let the ball travel this far. That's just great hitting.
So big spot for Ben Rice. 0 for 1 with a walk tonight. Foul back to the screen, 0-1. Two and one on Rice. Good slider. He swings over the top. 2-2.
Yeah, you figure you take a couple good breaking balls, you've kind of earned yourself a fastball. Little just went to a slider instead of the big curveball.
And down goes Rice for the second out in the bottom of the fifth.
After the slider, then you go back to the bigger breaking ball. Look at the big dot on that. I mean, it's just kind of a different grip. He gets a lot of away movement to a lefty, but with a weird spin on the baseball.
Pete Walker talking with Little about how to pitch to George Lombard. Lombard 1 for 2, singled and scored in the fourth inning. Well, fans, go to @Yes Network on X and vote for the Montefiore Einstein Player of the Week. Is it number 1, Trent Grisham? Number 2, George Lombard Jr. Or number 3, the Yankee starters? George's first time on the ballot. Oh, no, he won it last week. That's my bad. Well, he's looking to dominate now.
Get a little string working here.
Yeah, a little two-term. And a strike. That one gets away from Kirk. Runners stay put. One and two. Simeon Woods Richardson heating up. First and second, 2 outs, 3-1 Yanks, bottom of the fifth. The count is full, so the runners will go. Goldschmidt's at second. Ramos at first. Ernie Clement lookalike in the dugout. Full house here at Yankee Stadium on a Friday night. Place is jammed.
They're waiting for something big to happen here offensively and get them off their feet. It's a big pitch in the game right here. 3-2. Two men on in motion.
And here's the payoff. Swing and a miss. He got him. And that'll do it. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 men left on base. Another nail biter. It's 3-1 Yankees as we go to the 6th. But he had a big night last night. 5 hits and 7 ribbies, a career high for the Angels shortstop. One 1-0 on Clement. Now 1-1. Fernando Cruz is warming for the Yankees in their pen. Schlittler at 87 pitches as he starts the 6th inning. So 85 pitches through 5 innings for Schlittler. He threw 13 in the first, 6 in the second, and then 26 in the third, 27 in the fourth, and 13 in the fifth. Waves at that pitch. There's that curveball that Paul's wanted him to throw.
Yeah, I just think if he establishes this earlier in the game where he has good command with it, you're going to see some of these swings. And this is a guy that he's had trouble with Clement. So what do? You make an adjustment and you go to something that he's not used to seeing. Good swing and a miss curveball there.
Here's Kazuma Okamoto. 1 for 2. An announced crowd of 45,062 here in the Bronx tonight. The beginning of the longest homestand of the year. The Yankees have played a major league low 58 home games. Now you got to play 81, so that means they're going to play a lot at Yankee Stadium. They played a major league high 69 on the road. So they only have 12 more games on the road. Fly ball right field. Spencer Jones makes the play. And although they've played a lot of games on the road, Paul, they've been great on the road. 41-28.
Yeah, but there's not a player on this team. If you ask, would you rather play a home game or a away game, you'd much rather be at home. And it's always important when you play 81 games in one ballpark, be in your home ballpark, to play well at home.
Oh, 0-2 on Brendan Valenzuela. And that's going to be challenged by Sanchez.
Call is ball. The catcher has challenged.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. Sanchez stepped toward the dugout. So did Schlittler. They were wrong.
Pitch was the ball. New York has 1 challenge remaining.
Yeah, it looked like it just went around the plate, just did not get back to the corner. But again, that was back-to-back breaking balls, and you can see what's going to happen if he's able to throw these for strikes. These hitters can't sit on a curveball when a pitcher's throwing 98, 99.
Swing and a miss on the curve. That's an impressive 6th inning for Schlittler. 6 strong, and he did it in 11 pitches. The Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Charles Tirrett, making it easy for men to dress well. Visit ctshirts.com. By your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Learn more at genesis.com. And by the New York Lottery. Play today and start imagining your win. Looks like that's going to do it for Cam Schlittler, 6 strong. And he is leading 3-1 on the Montefiore Einstein scoreboard as the Yankees will bat in the bottom of the 6th. So Cruz sits down, and now Hedrick heats up.
You look at Cam Schlittler through 6 innings, only gave up 1 run. And I think if you would ask him, it was a night that, he had a battle. He had a lot of innings with a lot of guys in scoring position, made the big pitches. And it just goes to show you how good he is on a night that I don't feel like he probably had the best command of his fastballs. But he was able to figure out ways, soft contact, get big outs, and only give up 1 run.
Oh, foul by Grisham. New pitcher is Braden Fisher. Good catch by a fan in the stands. Grisham, Jones, and Caballero.
You hear about pitchers, Michael, that kind of crossfire, they close and then come across. If you look at Fisher, I mean, he kind of bails towards the home dugout and then kind of throws it away. Kind of a weird way release.
Once again, it always seems that Trent Grisham's 3-2. Sees a lot of pitches. That's why they usually lead him off against right-handed starters. Blue Jays about hit the Yankees 6-4, but the Yankees lead 3-1. The 2-run home run by Spencer Jones and the sac fly by Caballero. High fly ball center field. Bateman, 1 out. And here's Spencer Jones. Long 2-run home run deep down the right field line in the 2nd inning, then grounded softly to first in the 4th. Fouled away. So when he first came up, Paul, he was striking out at 36% of the time, which is really high. But he has cut that dramatically. Do you see him doing anything differently?
Well, I think he's learning a little bit about what teams are trying to do to him. I mean, there are high fastballs right there up and under his hands. He's going to have to stay away from that pitch and get the ball. Oh, look at this foul ball. I mean, if you're Snyder over there, heads up. Yeah, so I think it's a couple things. It's getting a little more comfortable and also realizing what people are trying to do to him to set him up for those strikeouts.
Swing and a miss, and Jones down on strikes.
And I think even Spencer Jones, if he becomes the player you want, you're going to get some of this. And here's a guy that has the power to hit 40 home runs, 50 home runs. Who knows the total number? But with that and with that swing, you're going to get some strikeouts. So, ideally, you would like to fill the lineup around guys like that with some contact hitters, some guys that can score with speed. And that's where, then the strikeouts don't kill you.
1-0 on Caballero. He had the sac fly to center in the fourth. That scored Lombard from third. Two and one. Two fly balls at the center for Caballero. He's 0 for 1, the sac fly, obviously. And although not an everyday player, he has 44 runs batted in and 30 stolen bases. Really valuable guy on a team. Can play everywhere. There's a strike. He was taking off his shin guard.
Borderline low, but at this point in the game, you don't want to challenge that. That's got a lot of the plate and a lot of the strike zone.
I would pay to go back in time to see you armed with an ABS challenge.
You think I would use my challenge?
No, you'd wear out a hole in the top of your helmet.
Might just come to the point where the umpire would every time he called a strike on the outside corner, he was, it's being challenged.
Now Kirk is going to challenge that one, and he's going to win it. So Caballero down looking. 1, 2, 3 inning for Fisher. We will go to the 7th. The numbers in the playing career. Obviously, there's a microphone on there as well. And the answer is Mr. Tony Kubek. Retired early, had a bad back. He was a really good player and then turned into one of the best broadcasters that you would ever see. Really strong player for the Yankees. As we mentioned, he ends up retiring at an early age, and then his second career might have been as probably more successful than his first one as a baseball player. AL Rookie of the Year, broadcaster for the Blue Jays and the Yankees, also teamed up with Bob Costas at NBC for one of the great broadcasting teams of all time, and the Ford C. Frick Award winner in 2009, Tony Kubek.
I remember coming over here. There's certain voices that go along with baseball, and to me, Tony Kubek was one of them.
Brent Hendricks had a heck of a season, and he'll come on to pitch the 7th, and he deals a strike to McAdoo, and another strike to McAdoo. One and two. Swing and a miss. McAdoo down on strikes. Let's look back at Tony's career as a broadcaster.
I don't mean this as a pun, but he's really humming. Better than you.
Oh, yeah.
You want to see him World
Joe
Series.
DiMaggio.
Chicago won 99 this
That
year.
was some booth, man.
13-3 record.
Amazing.
Never picked up another victory.
And Tommy John after having the Tommy John surgery.
Jackson and Thurman.
Reggie and Thurman after a World Series victory. He was tremendous as a broadcaster. Didn't pull any punches.
No, but I mean, from a player's point of view, you respect him because he was he was a good player too. And then so what he brought into the booth was even better.
Push bunt. Goldschmidt's there to make the play. In foul territory, 2 down. I'd be a little intimidated on that interview.
Yeah.
Chairman of the board.
But if you think about it, I mean, every broadcast now, I don't care what you turn on. You have ex-players, you have guys that he was really kind of the pioneer of that. An ex-player breaking down, from the player's point of view in a broadcast. Don't forget that bad hop, too. There was always, I've
right
never seen that picture.
Yeah.
This is before Danny Cunningham in the beautiful Groom Field showed up at Yankee Stadium, right?
1-1 on Brett Bateman, who has 2 of the 6 hits for the Blue Jays, a single in the first and a double in the 5th. One and 2.
If you break down Hedrick, you have certain sequences of pitches, but you have to use your control to set up the next one. And that's what he's really good with. You saw him before with a couple fastballs inside, and then the changeup away. So if you can execute them all in the proper spot, that's why he's been so successful.
Well, he's been money. He is on the top of the level of trust for Aaron Boone. Kind of served the other way and out of play.
Yeah, Bateman is trying to serve it the other way. He's already got a couple hits inside outing the ball. This against a lefty, that's kind of what you want to do, especially down in the count with 2 strikes.
Top of the 7th inning, Yankees up by 2, 3-1. First game of this 3-game set. Driven out into right center field. It's going to be a long run, and on the run is Jones, and he makes the play. Oh, he could not hold on. He did not hold on. Bateman is at third with a triple. It was in his glove. Looked like he had it for a bit, but then it rolled out.
Yeah, he went a long way, and the reason he was able to is because he knew where Grisham was playing. It was all about him getting to the ball. As a lefter, you're reaching out, and boy, man, he had that ball a long time.
I thought so too, Paul. But I guess he never really had full command of it.
Yeah, he got to the ball, and like I said, knowing where Grisham is, and your lefty going to the hole, just was not able to get it into the pocket. It kind of stayed out towards the heel right there, and so it just would not stay in his glove. Great effort by Jones. George Springer must be out of the dugout if the boos are going here in Yankee Stadium.
Yep, Springer will pinch hit for Lucas. So good night from Bateman. Single, double, and a triple. And Springer, with his struggles, it's one of the reasons the offense has struggled. Last year he had a renaissance here. This is the last year of his contract. Could be the last year that he decides to play in the big leagues. But his regression and then Vlad Guerrero not having any power played a big role. So Springer pinch hits here for Lucas. It's gotten to the point where he's really not starting against most right-handed starters, so he wasn't in there against Schlittler. And a pitch. Swing and a foul ball. The veteran coming off the bench cold here in the 7th inning. Runner at third base, 2 outs. Pitch. 1-2. You don't want him coming up with 2 guys on base. Paul Blackburn heating up in a hurry. No one gets away from Sanchez. Staying put is Bateman.
There's no chance here. His glove's caught the wrong way, so you just kind of keep it there just to kind of block it, deflect it out in front of you.
That's that fastball straight back. It was right on it. Hedrick gets the highest percentage of his strikeouts on the splitter, then the slider, and then the four-seamer in that order. Swing and a miss on the splitter. Springer strikes out. Another scoreless inning for Brent Hedrick. No runs a hit. One man left on base at the end of 6.5 innings of play. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. Yankees 3, Blue Jays 1, but we'll stay right here as we honor America in the Bronx.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you rise, remove your caps, and please direct your attention to the area behind home plate as the New York Yankees welcome an honored military guest. United States Air Force Master Sergeant Roque Urena from New York City, who served in Operation Iraqi Freedom. The Yankees say, thank you, Roque, for your sacrifice and for your service to our nation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please join us in singing along with Robert Merrill's rendition of God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
All right, fans, it's stretch time. So please join in and sing along as Yankee Stadium organist Pete Canarazzi plays Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Well, thank you, guys. Let's check out tonight's Augusto game recap. 3-4-1 for the Yanks, 1-7-0 for the Blue Jays. Arrighetti was the bulk guy. Bateman's had a big night. Cam Slittler, they just spoke about him. And Spencer Jones did that long home run right down the right field line. His 7th home run of the year. The veteran Paul Sewald comes on for the Blue Jays. Forward scoreboard, 3-1 Yankees. And Austin Wells is going to pinch hit for Ali Sanchez. And a strike. Those are defensive changes, so they do not keep Springer in the game as an outfielder. Schneider replaces him. Sewald, 36 years old, got picked up off waivers from the Diamondbacks last Wednesday. He's had 2 scoreless appearances for Toronto. High fly, left field. Davis Schneider. 1 down. Help America's heroes. Donate $11 a month and amplify your impact with a car or land donation. Go to T2T.org. Strange season for Sewald. He has a 27% strikeout rate, which is really good. 5% walk rate, which is great, but still a 5.93 ERA. He's been giving up home runs, 12 home runs. And Tommy John, the late Tommy John, once told me, when you're old and you're struggling because you're old.
Oh, yeah.
But when you're 27 and you're just struggling.
Just had a bad year.
Yeah.
Used to infuriate me, Michael, when you'd have a bad at bat off a lefty. As a lefty. Can't hit lefties. Righty has a bad at bat off a righty. I just had a bad at bat.
You're right.
It's just the way it is. It's double standards.
Now, he's been around a while, as we mentioned, 10 big league seasons, and he has one big superstition. One, two. He only chews one specific type of gum when he pitches. Watermelon, Jolly Rancher, Bubble Yum. That's it.
If it goes to a city that doesn't carry it, you're in trouble. Right?
Then you're in trouble. I guess you got to bring it with you.
You got to Amazon it or something out of the mound.
Swing and a miss. Goldschmidt down on strikes. 2 down here in the 7th. So here's Chisholm. Pinch ran for Rosario in the 1st inning. He's 0 for 2 since then. Fly ball to left, fly ball to center. One and 0. Hit sharply right at McAdoo. And that'll do it. Yankees go down in order. We go to the 8th. Yankees up by 2. Money with Citizens. Sometimes somebody does something and it just resonates with the team. What Ryan Yarbrough did yesterday, Paul, 9 up, 9 down in relief of Cole. They didn't have to use anybody else. So many people weren't available because they pitched back to back. Yarbrough saved the pen, and now everybody's in pretty good shape tonight.
Yeah, he hadn't thrown in a while, too. Just to go out there and throw 46 pitches, that's about as good as it gets if you're Aaron Boone.
There's Paul Blackburn. And, Paul, you don't have to send up any warning flares. Paul Blackburn is now the 8th inning guy. The ascension of Paul Blackburn is just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, he has really corralled that two-seam fastball where he throws it at the hips of lefties, and then he can get the ball away from the righties. But boy, it has changed the way he goes about getting it, and he's had great control with it.
So now Rogers joins Woods Richardson. Rogers, the veteran sidewinder. Here's Vlad Guerrero. In all likelihood, he will be activated tomorrow.
I happened to be watching that game, and when he got smoked by Lamar's knee, but he immediately got up, ran home, and it's a reactionary thing. But then all of a sudden you realize, you know what, I'm not feeling too good here.
And that's tipped into the glove of Wells, a strikeout of Kirk.
His ability to really get great movement with that two-seam sinker, it just has changed his world as a pitcher.
So here's Jesus Sanchez. Left field, going back, Ramos. Still back, he can't make the play. Just nudged off his glove. He'll play the carom. It's a double for Sanchez, his second base hit of the night.
Well, off the bat, you thought it had a chance to get in the seats. Ramos got a jump on it, but as he's racing to the wall, just could not bring it in. Ball hit hard, but you see Ramos kind of wobble back and forth, which, you know, kind of makes that ball move a little bit. Kind of going at it at a weird angle there at the end, and just the all-out lunge at the end, not able to get it in the pocket.
Now to bring up Ernie Clement. Well, we get word from Baltimore that the Orioles beat the Rays 5-3. Tampa Bay has now lost 6 of its past 8 games. So if the Yankees could hold on, the lead is down to 3.
Yeah, this really, this American League East could really come down to the wire if these teams keep doing it. It's been a streaky year. The Yankees, the Rays, obviously Boston, when they put together that unbelievable streak, there hasn't been really a consistent up and down team all year in the American League East.
Right. In the entire American League. Runner at second, 1 man out. Right field, Jones will make the play. Sanchez heads back to second. So 2 down. You think about what was it? A little under a week ago, the Yankees were 7 games behind Tampa Bay.
You know, if this holds on, I think this is the closest they've been in months.
Mm-hmm. Here's Okamoto. One and 0.
You know, this is the one guy, Okamoto, we've talked about his power, 26 home runs, that you really got to be careful with. I mean, you've only got a 2-run lead and 1 bad pitch, and he's got tremendous power to tie this game up.
1-1. Two and 1 on Okamoto. Three and 1. Big cut. 3 and 2. Crowd of over 45,000 watching the 3-2 pitch. They'll do it again. That's driven to left field. Going back to Ramos. And he makes the play. Another scoreless inning for Blackburn as they retire the dangerous Okamoto. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's time for the Optimum Fiber famously fast replay, and we take a look again at Paul Blackburn.
Well, you've talked about it, Michael, how he is the 8th inning guy, and this is why he is, because he's getting big outs when the Yankees need him. He's been really, really good for the past month or so.
Yeah, August's been good for him. No earned runs. Luis Garcia Jr. will lead off. against Simeon Woods Richardson. And the pitch is low as we start the bottom of the 8th. So Garcia did not get the start with Fluharty opening for the Blue Jays, and Boone pushes that button now here to start the 8th, pinch hitting for Ramos. Grounded foul outside of first. Swing and a miss. And Garcia down on strikes. Well, I'll stream the latest episode of The Stadium and see the dramatic inside story behind the recent 3-night run of Jay-Z concerts. Watch The Stadium, streaming now exclusively on the Gotham Sports app. If you missed the premiere a few nights ago, you got to check this out. It is worth your time. With Ben Rice, 1-0. Rice's walk, fly ball center, and a strikeout.
Jay-Z's a big Yankee fan too, right?
Yes. And Lining is one of his songs. Made the Yankee hat more famous than the Yankees did. And he performed here with Alicia Keys before the 2009 World Series.
I remember walking through the tunnel that night, and just walking by him. Thinking to myself, this Jay-Z, he's just hanging out in the tunnel down there. Wow.
The Blue Jays have doubled the hit production of the Yankees, 8-4, but the Yankees lead 3-1 as Rice walks on 4 pitches. So that'll bring up George Lombard Jr. 1 for 3, couple of strikeouts, singled in the 4th inning, and scored on a sac fly. A strike. Woods Richardson last pitched on Saturday. Got 7 outs without allowing a hit to the Yankees. That was at Rogers Center. 12 games at the Twins, 7.74 ERA, but 5 long relief of outings here with the Blue Jays, 0.59 ERA. Two and one on Lombard. Now, one of the reasons Kubek was our Name That Yankee, remarkably similar in build to George Lombard Jr. About the same height, same weight. It's a little early to compare their fielding runs. That was a big shortstop back then, Tony Kubek. Off the glove of Kirk as Rice will scamper to second. That looks like it's going to be a pass ball. Oh, yeah.
Just a hit and a miss right there. Just right off the glove. It's going to be a pass ball on Kirk.
Runner at second, one man out. Full count on Lombard. Grounded foul. Swing and a miss. He got him. 2 away.
They've done this a couple times where they've got ahead and hit, against Lombard today and then thrown that breaking ball down on the way outside the strike zone for a swing and a miss. It looks like he's seeing the breaking ball up in the strike zone much better, where he's had some good swing time.
Grisham takes up and away 1-0. Want to look ahead to the 9th inning, the bottom third of the order for the Blue Jays. Valenzuela, McAdoo, and Straw. And then if anybody gets on, Bateman. That run at second base is so enticing for the Yankees. With a 2-run lead, bloop and a blast hurts you. More of a rally with a 3-run lead. Curveball drops in for strike. Rice at second. Yankees scored 2 in the second on the 2-run home run by Jones, and then 1 in the 4th on the sac fly. And that's the scoring for them. We mentioned they had just 4 hits to the Blue Jays 8. 1-2 count on Grisham, who's walked twice and has a fly ball to center. Close, but he takes it 2-2. Each team with 1 ABS challenge remaining. Blue Jays used their manager's challenge on the Jones home run. Yankees still have their challenge. Strike 3. Grisham down looking. Simeon Woods Richardson strikes out 3. Yankees strand 1. Bednar will try to get the final 3 outs. Well, David Bednar warming up, trying to get the final 3 outs and give the Yankees a 5-game winning streak and move them to within 3 of the first place Tampa Bay Rays. Time for the Mercedes-Benz Road Ahead. Tomorrow afternoon, 1:35 on Yes. Sunday, same deal on Yes. Monday's an off day. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday night, the Astros come to town. Wednesday's on Prime. And then 4 games against the Red Sox, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, with Saturday a doubleheader. So Bednar against Valenzuela. And he starts him with the curveball. 0-1. Spencer Jones moves from right to left. Max Schumann comes in to play right. Yankees and the Blue Jays have split 10 games this year. Remember, the Blue Jays won the season series against the Yankees, so they won the same amount of games last year, but the Blue Jays got the bye and won the division. The Yankees had to play that 3-game set against the Red Sox. 1-1. Fouled away. Foul the other way and out of play. "17 saves in a row until Bednar, quote-unquote, blew a save on Sunday, but the Ben Rice error led to that blown save. He didn't give up an earned run. Then the Yankees won it in the 10th inning, but Bednar's been money. Pitched the first 2 games of the Orioles series. Yesterday he did not pitch, as Yarborough picked up the pen, now trying to close this out. Game 1 of this 3-game series. Left field on the run is Jones. He's not going to get there. Bounces into the seats for a double for Valenzuela.
Well, they got this ball up in the strike zone. Valenzuela did a good job of staying on top and just lining it to left field. Spencer Jones, really nothing you could do. This ball was hit hard. Line drive the other way.
So here's McAdoo. High fly ball, left field, coming on Spencer Jones. He makes the play for out number 1. And that brings up Miles Straw. 0 for 2 with a walk. And a strike to Straw. We're in the 9th inning. Yankees up 3-1. 3-4-1, leading 1-9-0. Louis Vorlin warming up just in case there's a bottom of the 9th inning. Well, fans, stay tuned for tonight's WB Mason Yankees postgame as Bob Lorenz, Adam Ottavino, and Dylan Betances back in the studio with highlights and analysis. Meredith Marakovitz gets player interviews in the clubhouse, and we'll hear from Aaron Boone on the manager's report. That's all coming up next on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Still 0-2.
You go to the post game, you got Ottavino and Betances have to look at these games and just think, this bullpen's been unbelievable. And they can break it down. It's not that easy to put together a bullpen that's has been a consistent strength here for the Yankees the last couple months.
Oh, what a pick there by Wells, keeping the runner at second. Played it like a first baseman.
Yeah, it's like a 45-footer. It's just kind of a stab. Keep it there. And hope it goes in the pocket.
The 1-2. Grounded third base. Backhanded by Caballero. The long throw got him. Nice play by Caballero. The Yankees have 1 out to go.
Yeah, he gloved it well, and then he got rid of it quick. So, you really don't have time to plant and use your arm strength. He just got rid of it quick. Put a nice high arc. A nice big play for Bednar.
So here is Brett Bateman. Single, double, triple for him tonight. And a strike. 1-1 on Bateman.
Bednar really has uncanny control with that split finger. I mean, he can throw it in behind in the count for a strikeout, anything he needs. Great control of that pitch.
And the Yankees are a strike away. Ball game. The Yankees win 3-1. Bednar picks up his 30th save. The Yankees have won 5 in a row, and they are now 3 behind the Tampa Bay Rays in the American League East, picking up 4 games in the last week.
Yeah, the Yankees, you just can't say enough. They're sneaking away and just kind of making this great run towards September, and it's all been done with pitching. The offense are getting a couple big hits. You're filling some holes with guys that, with injuries, but still, the Yankees right now are playing great baseball, and they've all been 1- and 2-run games at this point.
Somebody gets the point from Boone and the coaching staff, and the point is the Yankees win again. Big home run by that guy, his 7th of the year. Spencer Jones gave him a 2-0 lead, and that was enough at the time. They ended up winning this one 3-1. They were out hit by Toronto, but the pitching once again was extraordinary. Slittler with 6 scoreless and 3 more. Slittler with giving up 1 run in 6 innings, and then the bullpen was scoreless over the final 3. Yeah, they're doing it without the captain. Scoring's not as easy, but they get the pitching, and they're racking up some wins. They're now team high tying 18 games over 500.